Hello, and welcome to today's edition of Caddy's Corner. I am leaving the house to go to the deli. I need to get some Gatorade. I just walked out on the stoop though, and if you will notice, all the cars are double parked on one side of the street and the other side is empty, well, except for that guy. This is called alternate side of the street parking, and it's what we do, and it is kind of nice to walk outside and see something normal. It is Monday, noonish, and it's me and one other person and one other car out, so we're in it now. I need to go to the deli that's in the other direction, but I'm walking this way because I'm gonna walk around the block and get a little bit of oxygen and talk to y'all. So I'm doing well. I'm doing well enough. I am okay. I've had already some people reach out about some work opportunities outside of the bar. I did hear that allegedly, I think that's the main word for today, right? There's a lot of allegedlys. There's a lot of misinformation flying around. We don't really, nobody has a clue how all of this is going to play out, go down. But as neighbors, we will come together with each other and figure it out. One step at a time, one day at a time. Last night at the bar, had my friends come in, and it was revelatory that for every single thing that's happening right now, there are 4,000 questions to answer. How and what and why and what. So, and every day there seems to be a new thing that we have to maneuver. But I'm okay. Last night was very rough. If you watched the video from yesterday, I had a little bit of tears, needed a hug. Actually crossed the barrier and got a couple hugs. We all needed them. Basically had an Irish wake at the bar up the block after I closed last night, where there's a bunch of industry folk who come to this one particular place, the Floyd's, regularly. So we kind of all know each other, and we're all in the same boat, you know, like, in case you missed the news, all bars and restaurants in New York City are closing down on Tuesday at 9 a.m. They are trying to avoid us celebrating St. Patrick's Day. Like I said, though, Cuomo is saying that he's going to allow the liquor licensing to be to go. So my friend Kevin already has an idea of how to make that work for a coalition of bars in Brooklyn. And we'll see. Sounded kind of a little crazy at midnight last night, but I think he might actually be onto something. Basically kind of going New Orleans style. Excuse me. I am not sick. I am just been crying a lot. And I might have screamed at the sky a couple of F-bombs. Sorry, Mom. Last night. My really good friends from college, Kim and Sue, were together, and they called me on FaceTime, whatever, Facebook time, video chat, right as I got the news that, just want to see 3 minutes. I'm going to make sure I don't go over time on this, because then I can't upload it, and then it's all lost. I've learned how the IGTV works. But anyway, it was amazing that they called me right as I was coming out of my 5-minute hysterical crying in the kitchen of the bar that I don't have a job. And not only don't I have a job, but I don't even know how many millions of people. And then today I was just thinking, like, my purse is really falling apart, and there's this one guy on Fulton Avenue who has street purses that I like, this particular knockoff Michael Kors. I'm going to go buy a new one. And what's going to happen to the guys who sell socks on the streets and umbrellas on the streets and lotions and oils and candles? And are food trucks going to take over the world now? They can just drive around like ice cream trucks. They'll just play their own brand of music out loud so that we can come out and get our food. I think food truck people, get on that. Because a nice thing is that a lot of the restaurants are going to have to give away their food, and so they are working with people in connected groups to be able to get that food to the people who are in need of food, because they can't donate it to pantries, and obviously pantries would be overwhelmed if every single restaurant tried to give them all the food they had anyway. So what I'm figuring out is that the systems are all, right now it's chaotic, of course, but where one thing is shutting down, another thing is opening up. So in one day, the New York City school system for the foreseeable future is shut down, and bars and restaurants are shut down. But what's happened by the school shutting down is that a lot of parents who, still have jobs that they have to go to or work at even from home, need childcare, and there is nowhere for them to drop off their children. So that's happening. I'm recognizing in a moment of time here that maybe my professional organizing gig career is back on. Go to a single individual person's home. So, hey, if you're in the New York City area and I can get to you and you want to work on your apartment, let's go. And I'll say this, don't be ashamed of what it is now. No reason. Let's just make it better. Let's make it comfortable and happy and good for you to be there. I want to say too, we're all reacting to this differently and in any given moment, right? Some people need to lean in on all of the facts. Some people need to cry about it. Some people need to problem solve. Oh, there now, puppy. Hi. All the puppies, all the dogs. I was not one dog wanted to talk to me yesterday, so I went outside of the bar and just stood there and waited for a dog to go back or forth to the dog park that would say hi. And sure enough, in 2 minutes, this beautiful poodle named Jelly came with a year old and just a biggest ball of love and exactly what I needed. So, on that front, lean into the energy that's right for you and be aware of your own. Some people can handle some of your stuff at any given time, and other times they don't want it, they don't need it, they can't. I don't know why this guy is backing up like a turtle and where he's going, but I'm just gonna keep walking. So be mindful of your own energy and what you're spewing out, and be mindful when someone's giving you maybe some advice you're not ready to hear, or they're angry and you're feeling anxious, or just be careful and be mindful. So I do feel grateful and thankful that I have a lot of self-care in place right now. I've been working really hard to make that happen in my life. And gotta say this out loud, I guess. Perspective shift that in the last decade of my life, I have lost everything, nearly everything, whatever. To me, it was everything. And my heart was broken, and I was scared and had no resources, and I was alone, and I lost a lot and had a lot of grief. And I've been put down on the floor. I felt it yesterday. I felt it when Gary Mink sent me that link, and I was like, for reals. My 3-year anniversary of getting hired at Montero's, and one day I'll tell the whole story here, is Tuesday. And no, I don't know. I mean, Pepe intends to stay open as long as he can, but I'm going to stand there for 10 hours with 2 customers? But do I want to be in the public service anymore? I don't know. Everything's a giant question mark. So, self-care, mental health, lean into it. Get on these YouTube channels, find who works for you. YouTube will give you more suggestions. Do not keep watching a lot of news all the time. Oh, doodle. That's what I'm going to say. This is the helpful part. So self-care things. Meditation. Yes. Long baths. Yes. Pick an organizing project. Dump out your entire closet. Just keep moving and doing something like that. Coloring books. Very important. Color. Knit. Cross stitch. Whatever. Any little something with your hands. Do something with your hands while you're watching TV, even if you're trying to escape into movies. And if you're on the phone talking, doodle. Get a pen and a piece of paper. Remember those high school classes when you were bored out of your mind and you doodled? Do that again. There's something key in doodling. It's 9:21. I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks for joining me in Caddyland. I'm going to keep doing these a little bit more often and trying to help y'all out. It's all going to be okay. I am Catherine Hope Feast, and with me, there is always hope around. We'll do it again later.